January 20th at high noon, he becomes president of the United States when he takes the oath. And any Trump administration official, including the president himself, who pretends to have power under the executive branch after that point is committing a federal felony punishable by imprisonment in addition to whatever other crimes they might have committed. It's as though he is going to build an alternative White House down there in Mar-a-Lago, presumably with rubber padded cell walls.
No.
And he's going to pretend to be president, but he won't be president of the United States.
But he does control 70 million voters, Lawrence Tribe. I love you. I think you're one of the most brilliant in that you could teach constitutional law to somebody like me. Okay? I just, the pragmatic and simple way that you explain things helps people like me all day, every day. But the reason he's doing it isn't because he wants to commit a felony. The reason he's doing it is because he wants still to be the person that picks winners and losers in this country. He wants to punish Republicans if they don't get his back in this transition phase, if they're not supporting him in his frivolous lawsuits, if they're not saying he's got every right to challenge, if they don't give him the fraud as the excuse to say he didn't lose when he leaves, so that his sociopathy is somehow tended to by them, then he will punish them and they will become a minority party by virtue of the Senate flipping in Georgia on January 5th to Ossoff and to Warnock. This is why. This is what's going on. This is what Donald Trump will do. Donald Trump is not done having rallies, okay? He's not done lying. He's not done in politics. He is still going to pick all the winners and all the losers as far as he's concerned. He thinks he can do that, and he's going to do it. And he's going to have rallies because he can't live without them. This is the only place where he gets to lie freely to people that just absorb it all as truth. This is the only place where he still gets to be fraudulent. This is the only place where his disingenuous hatred for America is accepted. But it's 70 million people. That's why. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Now, other people who follow, national security issues, people who follow the Defense Department, the Pentagon, and the intelligence community, and the Justice Department. These are the places where there should be no politics. These are the agencies in the United States that should be free from politics, but ever since Donald Trump, they've been politicized. And so you have a ne'er-do-well congressman who has zero experience in intelligence. As the director of national intelligence, you got this Ratcliffe dude from Texas who statutorily is prohibited from holding that job. Why? Because in the statute that created the DNI, the guy who sits on top of all the intelligence agencies, the director of national intelligence, and if you don't believe me, just Google it. Just look it up. Check me out. Don't believe a word I say. Just go look it up. But in the statute that made the DNI, which George W. Bush created, he created an entire hundreds of thousands of government jobs. Department of Homeland Security, he created out of whole cloth. He created a director of national intelligence and all his people. I mean, they made government so much bigger, these stupid Republicans. But anyway, in the statute, you have to have intelligence experience. Extensive is the word. Now, you could debate what extensive experience is, but you can't say none is extensive. And that's what Ratcliffe does. So we have these certain parts of our government that were supposed to be free from politics. Bill Barr, the Department of Justice, supposed to be free of politics. The intelligence community is supposed to be free of politics, and the Pentagon is supposed to be free of politics. And Donald Trump is like we said, I said this how many times, he's going to burn the whole thing down to the ground, because he is saying, if I can't have it, nobody can. It's like a bad breakup with a sociopathic boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, where if I can't have her, or if I can't have him, nobody can. Nobody. So Donald Trump is firing now. Esper, our defense secretary, I believe he was like the 4th or 5th defense secretary. He was a Raytheon lobbyist. I mean, how obvious do you have to get when he picked Esper? Well, now Esper is not sufficiently loyal enough, so he's now fired Esper, as you know, and he's now putting in cronies. He's now putting in loyalists. He's now putting in people that would do whatever Donald Trump says, without ever saying, sir, this is inappropriate. This may even be illegal. These orders you're giving to do X, and let your imagination go crazy, because Donald Trump is crazy, are illegal orders, or inappropriate, or anti-American, or not in the best interests of American citizens, whatever it is. He's putting in dudes who are completely loyal to him, guys who could not get confirmed through the Senate process. Why? Well, one of them is an abject racist and was promoting birtherism and calling Obama a dangerous Muslim and delegitimizing the entire presidency of Barack Obama. And this is an added plus for the Republicans, too. Not just that they're afraid of the 70 million voters, but that Biden's presidency could be delegitimized before it even begins by Donald Trump. That's another plus for the Mitch McConnells of the world. But what he's doing at the Pentagon is startling, frightening, leaving us vulnerable at the very least, and at the other end of the spectrum, terrifying. Terrifying.
They have now swept out people who have combined decades of experience in the military, defense, and national security. That institutional memory here at the Pentagon now absolutely gone. A lot of unease here, I would say, because they don't know exactly why the president did it. He's offered no public explanation, and a lot of anxiety because they have no idea what, if anything, President Trump may decide to do next, and whether these moves are paving the way for some kind of military orders by the president. So where do we stand? Let's look at the people involved. Mark Esper, defense secretary, pushed out, fired
Raytheon
unceremoniously
lobbyist
by tweet. And now the man who has taken his place is a man named Christopher Miller, a former soldier in special operations until 2014, so very recently out of the military. Expertise in counterterrorism, but that's been his main portfolio for many years. Does not have the breadth and depth of experience that most secretaries of defense have as they come into office. Additional replacements: the policy chief, James Anderson, replaced by the person you mentioned, Jim, retired Brigadier General Anthony Tata. Anthony Tata is someone that could not get confirmed to a Senate job, so he's now basically filling in for Anderson. He has tweeted in the past about President Obama being a Muslim and a terrorist. He's now the policy chief at the Pentagon. And moving on, the intelligence chief, a retired admiral named Joseph Kiernan, who was planning to retire, nonetheless moved up and left yesterday. He is being replaced by a man named Ezra Cohen-Watnick. This man had been with Michael Flynn in the early days of the National Security Council. When Flynn had that job for a short time, he's been in several different jobs. In addition, the chief of staff here at the Pentagon's been replaced. So after Veterans Day, when everybody comes back to work tomorrow, the big question is, what happens next?
A lot of people are wondering if Donald Trump's going to phone in some military orders. God only knows what kind or where or what. And that the reason that he is doing this with the loyalists, with the people who could not get Senate confirmation, the people who couldn't, their tweets were Barack Obama as a terrorist leader. Okay, that was one. And purging the entire Department of Defense, purging it and replacing it with Fox News commentators. I don't know if you remember who Kash Patel is. Kash Patel worked for Devin Nunes. He is a really dirty player. Kash Patel is now inside the Pentagon. Another guy named Frank Wuko, former radio talk show host, Frank Wuko. I don't know how many people. He's in there now, too. Hey, everybody. This is a clip from the latest episode of The Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode, you can watch live on Free Speech TV, Dish Channel 9415, DirecTV 348, Sling, Roku, and Apple TV.